How's everybody doing? This is Justin Simpers with another edition of How to Make More Money. Let's keep it real. Scotty Carlisle with the Mood Podcast and I sat down for a 55-minute, basically a life story on why I am here. And it all stems around with checking yourself and where you are at. What are your habits? Do you have humility to discover what you need to improve yourself to be the best self that you can be? Do you eat a piece of humble pie every day to come out with some sincerity about your life? Anyway, check out the podcast, guys. Let's do this. Share love, hope, and strength. I threw myself into the industry. You could turn your 120 grand into a couple $1 million if you want to try it. And I'm like, dude,
roll it.
And that was the last time I saw that money in high school. And you know, those years of my life, I was, you know, we did not have means. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. Like everything was either given to me, a hand-me-down or something like that. And I was working jobs and all that stuff. So,
okay, now, so you're 19. You just went into business with your buddy.
Yeah.
A Subway in Burbank.
Yeah. And we built it, picked the location and everything. Unfortunate events, which, you know, that flung me into a deep spiral of methamphetamine abuse. You know, like I was out there from 97 to 99. You know, back in California, my buddy's couch, and I was bouncing at a bar at night and selling lease financing by day. You know, so it was cold calls. Went from in person to pure, you know, how many coldies did you make today? Bottom for me was marijuana. You know, when I talk about you know, sales and building on a foundation, you know, well, where are you at? You know, and so if you're gonna build on sand, you know, that foundation's never gonna be, or the growth is never gonna be, you know, as if you were on a rock, you know. And so, like, where are you at? And so, like, people will say, well, you know, ask this question, don't ask that question, ask this question. And the more sales books I read, I was like, gosh, they're just the mission, you know, the big part. In August of 2007, my ex-wife and I decided we're gonna get a divorce in November. And, you know, on January, 18th, when the stock market crashed, I rolled. So right before that, I had nothing. So I was just like, you know, let's just throw the Hail Mary. I needed that job so bad, you know, like, what do you want me to do? This whole, you know, being able to revisit the past and being an AE, doing what I did before now, but with the mindset that I have now and where I've gone with it, is gotten me to a point where I'm like, you know, I need to, you know, share some of that experience and strength, you know, that I gained from, you know, falling and hitting, you know, my head on the ground and, you know, figuratively and literally. But yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it got into that. And so sales skills I had then were the same that I have now. What's the difference? And the difference is the foundations that I have nurtured my sales skills on is a lot more sturdy and you know, than I had working then.